got disconnected from the other video. I was talking about forms of abuse here. I know that this word is used to kusema mtu anatukanwa, but we don't use it like that here. Abuse can be verbal, where unatukana mtu ama you're shaming somebody and all that stuff. You're using your mouth. There's physical abuse where you unachapa mtu, you have your hands on and you're beating them up and all that stuff. And then there's what else? Verbal, physical, financial abuse. Financial abuse ni when you're misusing somebody's money, especially a vulnerable adult, kama mtu mzee hivi. And there's emotional abuse where you're really abusing somebody emotionally. You're hurting their feelings. You're bullying them. You're doing all that stuff. So we use that abuse word to basically inatumika hivyo. I don't know if I can explain it any better than that. So if you are physically abusing your child, hapa USA, utajua hujui. I know we grew up in Kenya with moiko, taritari, pipes, miti, na nini, na slaps, na nini. We do not raise our children like that here. Because if the government discovers that you're doing that to your child, that is abuse, physical abuse. And physical abuse can land you in jail. Physical abuse can land you in jail. It's a very serious crime, especially when it involves an elderly person, shoshoguka, or a child or a woman. Wamama hapa hatuchapangwi. Hatuchapangwi hapa. Ikasemekana Kimani anapiga Wairimu, Kimani atajua hajui. Domestic violence is a no-no here in the USA. It's a no-no. If it is discovered that a wife, a woman is being abused by their spouse, that is a police case. It can land you in jail, and it's gonna destroy your life basically, because if it gets on your record, because it's always gonna show up on your record, on what you call a background check. Ukienda kuuliza kazi, tunafanya kitu inaitwa background check. We want to know your record, kama you're a thief, did you kill anybody, did you do that, all that. Itaingia kwa system yako, itaingia kwa record yako, and it might be hard for you to get a job. Okay? And especially if it's a job that is dealing with kids, kama ulikuwa unachapa watoto, or old people, all that stuff. So, hapa hatuchapangi watoto. Hata mimi sichapangi watoto wangu. Lakini of course we African parents, kuna vile tunafanya, lakini tunanyamazia ama tunakanyagia. Tunacheza kama sisi. But we don't go telling around ati nilichapa mtoto na mwiko na nini. If you are hard, or if it is mentioned somewhere, it is very hard. It can be very bad for you. There's this, like I said, there's this organization, or rather this government body, inaitwa Children Protective Services. Child Protective Services, not children, child. Child Protective Services are brutal. They are bad. If you get reported there, it's not nice. Because they'll come and do an investigation. They will come and storm into your house and question the kids. They will interview the kids. If the kids say, oh, madhe alinichapa, they can be taken away from you. Au si watoto wako, my friend. As long as they are 21 and below, they are protected by the government. They are very much protected by the government. So, those of you that are... I know there's a lady that came from Kenya, and this was years ago. She came from Kenya, akakuja na watoto wake wawili. Walikuja na bwana yake na watoto wawili. This woman had not been informed about vile maneno inaendanga, mambo ya ground. Hakuwa ameelezewa mambo ya ground vile iko. So this woman, they settled, wakakaa na nini. And I don't know, one time, because the kids were teenagers, 2 teenage girls, mmoja akaenda out na boyfriend. The time she came back home, juu alirudishwa late. Even before she was asked, where were you, the father had slapped her. He slapped her so hard that uso yake ikaswell. And the swelling didn't go down until the following day. The following day when she went to school, she was looking like she had been slapped. And the teacher asked her, Mwalimu akamuuliza, hey, what's going on? Because mtoto akaanza kulia akasema, you know what? I had gone out with a boyfriend and when I came back home, my father slapped me. My father slapped me. Haraka haraka, CPS imeitwa. CPS imeitwa, my friend. Yeah. Do you know that guy was taken to jail? That guy was taken to jail, and guess what? His kids were taken away from me. He actually is a pastor. He was one of the pastors wa huko. Kanisa ingine nilikuwa naenda huko. He was very new. Watu wamejua kuna pastor ametoka Kenya, alikula green card, is here, amekuja na familia yake na nini. Na sasa pastor ameanza kusomwa ati yako jela. Kanisa tuchange, tumtoe jela. And it was a very, very long case. The kids were literally removed from that home and taken elsewhere. They never, I don't know whether they ever got their kids back, but it was such a long legal battle. It was not even funny. So, when it comes to your protection ya watoto, you do not want to be reported to Child Protective Services because, again, it gets on your record. It gets on your record. You know, if you're a career person, you're looking for a job and all these things, you don't want these things getting in the system because unaingishwa kwa system. Huku kuna system. Kuna system. And the system will pull out everything. If you've ever been to court, if you've ever been to jail, if you've ever been reported for anything, itaonyeshana kwa majina yako. Itaonyeshana. And that's where now people have hard time kupata job. Even though jobs are available, unaona an employer anaogopa kukuchora job because you don't have a good record. You don't have a good record. So hapa, as far as your discipline ya watoto, you do what you do. Hapa, you do what you do. Of course, we are not going to let our kids grow up like thugs. Like thugs. Mtoto anafanya vile anataka. Kuna design tunatumianga. Again, it's dependent on every parent. Vile unataka kuraise watoto wako, you raise them. But you don't beat them up. You do not beat them up. No, not here. Not here. Because if it is discovered, it's not going to be nice. It's not going to be good for you. So I don't know what else I have left as far as children is concerned. But there's just a lot of things for kids. I remember they get free school. They get free books. They get a lot of free stuff. Free books in school. They have libraries in school. They have so many resources. These children have so many resources. It's not even funny. When my kids closed school and one was in kindergarten, he's going to grade 1, and the other one is going to grade 3. Walirudi nyumbani na mavitabu zinatoshana hivi. Na zote ni free. When there was COVID, there was a lot of just taking care of these children. They made sure that, you know, we had the virtual learning where the school provided a laptop for the kids. They provide the laptop. You know, the study materials are free. And the kids were able to do schooling while they were in the comfort of their homes. And guess what? The teachers would stop by with a pizza. They would stop by to introduce themselves and meet the kids. They'd stop by all the time with all these things, goodies for the kids. They made it very easy for the children when there was the global pandemic. Right now, the kids are back. And life is somehow back to normal. And it's just so fun for them in school and all that stuff. Sahi wamefunga, they closed in June. I think it was June 17th. They closed. They are opening in September. And there's that long summer break. But then, of course, they go back. I think that's it. I don't know if there's anything else I have not covered about children. If you live in the USA and if you want to add on that, you're welcome to do that. Like I said, I don't know everything. I don't know everything. Sijui kila kitu. I may have left some important details. You are welcome to comment on things that can help our people back home that are wanting to relocate with children. Somebody asked about special children. What about special kids? There's schools for special kids and they are free. Schools for special kids and they are free. These kids are really taken care of by the government. You cannot be feeling like you're overwhelmed and overburdened because you have a child with cerebral palsy and all these other differently able children. There's a lot of resources that help these children. You will never feel the burden of having a differently abled child. You will never feel that burden. You'll never feel that burden. There's a lot of therapies. There's a lot of, just a lot of stuff. There's just a lot of stuff, a lot of resources for these children that makes the parents' lives very easy. Now, there's daycare too. The only thing that might be a little bit challenging is when maybe you're a single parent family and you're trying to go to work and you have the kids are in the way. It can be a little challenging. And this is where people are saying life is very difficult. It can be very challenging for such parents, but I would not compare it with life in Kenya. As much as it's challenging, people still navigate their way around and they get things done. It is always good to have a second income in families. This is why you're seeing a lot of marriages work in America, even though there's still people who cheat around and do that. But people try to stay together in the USA. Utaiona ati watu wanapigana sana. Very seldomly you'll see that. You'll see that. Our marriages last long because nobody has time to go out there and do their thing. People are busy doing their thing. Watu wako job, wife ako job, bibi ako job, bwana ako job. Sasa mtaulizana nini? Mtaulizana nini na kila mtu ako na job yake? I'm not saying that marriages don't work in America. Some marriages don't work. Some marriages just don't work. But the majority of the marriages work. A lot of marriages work here. A lot of marriages, people try as much as possible to stay together. Because there's nothing good like a two-income family where a wife and a husband are contributing and nobody's feeling like they are burdened to anybody. You can go far when you're two. Two are better than one. Hapa maju. Two are better than one. Always better than one. Usidanganywe na mtu. Yeah. There are single families that have done wonders. But I think two are better than one when there's two incomes. When your kids are growing together with their fathers and mothers, I think it's good. I think it's good. Somebody was saying people work. Yeah, there are people who work. There are people who work because, you know what? I tell people, live within your means. There are people who live way above their means in the USA. That is why you're finding people working 2-3 jobs. People are working 2-3 jobs because they have kids and they are living way beyond their means. But if you live like Wairimu Kimani, you live within your means. Unakaa within your means and within your budget, and you're not overspending. You'll have time for family. We do a lot of road trips with my family. We have a lot of time for fun. In fact, we don't even work on the weekends. While other people are busting their backs, they are working on the weekend. My family is always home on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Why? Because we work smart, not hard. We don't break our backs working very hard. We still have that time for family. And time is always created. You can create that time. Lakini kuna watu, they just don't have the time. Wanaona, nakaa nyumbani wacha nikatengeneze pesa. Because there is money to be made in the USA. And people run around and they make the money. But when you have kids, they kind of slow you down. They slow you down. And there are people who neglect their kids because they work so much and kids are left alone. And these kids grow up with a lot of issues. Like I said, if you live above your means, then you're going to have a problem because bills have to be paid. Watoto wamegonjeka nini. People have to eat. Of course, the global economies are affected by the gas, ama hizi petroleum fuel prices. There's wars going on in Ukraine and all that stuff. It has affected the global economy. Gas, or what you call petroleum, is very expensive, not just in Kenya, but in the USA. Food products are getting very pricey, even here in the USA. But hey, they are affordable here. I cannot compare here with Kenya. Hakuna mtu anaweza sema ati alilala njaa. There's so much food in the USA, just a lot of food. So guys, I want to end this one here because I have another one that cut out on me. And I'll continue with these stories. Nitaendelesha hii maneno until, you don't have to worry about maisha ya majuu. Tuko, sisi ndio tuko. Waliokuja kitambo walijipanga. A lot of us are in business. Na maisha inaenda vizuri. There are so many opportunities, schooling, all that stuff. I will cover all that in another video. All right? So thank you so much again, those of you in the USA. If you know better than me, you can add on that. You can Just add on that. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask. Like the video, subscribe, and share it. Thank you.